If you guys haven't already known, I have been really been hooked onto Starset and their music. I mean, I love this group so much. I mean, their music is absolutely spectacular. Because I know some of you guys in the comments have been really nagging me, telling me to check out this band, and let me tell you, it wasn't a mistake. I usually am open to most music. However, when these guys were requesting me, I was like, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna listen to another band like Disciple or Breaking Benjamin or Red, or it's probably gonna sound like every other rock band like that. Well, that isn't the truth at all. These guys are more electronic more than anything. And that's the thing that I love probably most about them. That they, try to experiment with hard rock in a way that is so great, I think. Today we'll be looking at Starset, their first album. This is Transmissions. Yeah, and before you ask, yes, I did eventually get their latest album, Vessels. I think it's an absolute masterpiece. I'll definitely do a review on this one probably after Transmissions, but yeah, I gotta do them all in order. But yeah, Transmissions, it is a great album by Starset. I may like Vessels a little bit more, but they're both excellent albums, and there are some really great things about this album, and there are some things that are great about their newest album. This is it right here. The artwork is very nice. It's got the track listing in the back. And, I'll tell you some things about the tracks. And the first track is First Light, and not really anything special. Starset likes to do intros for some reason. Because they're kind of like a conceptual band. Like, they're kind of like sci-fi, a sci-fi type space kind of group. Like, they're a kind of band that just wears like astronaut uniforms at their concerts and stuff. It's pretty cool, actually. So yeah, they are definitely more of a concept band, which is not too bad. I think it's very neat, and that's what makes these guys really unique. But yeah, First Light, not really much to say about it. It's just an intro. It has some kind of like radio broadcast type stuff going on. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the intro to Red's End of Silence. Down with the Fallen is the very next track. This here is definitely one of my favorites off this record. I'm not too crazy about the beginning though, with those whoas or whatever you want to call them, but I'm not too wild about that because to me it sounds too metalcore. And nothing against metalcore by any means, because I do like metalcore, but it's like emo metalcore, I think, and because of that, I'm not a fan of the very beginning of that song. But the vocals, man, the vocals are excellent. They're the best on this track. Out of the entire album, I think they're the best on Down with the Fallen. It's a very good first song on the album. The next track is Halo. It's a pretty good track as well. Feels kind of feels pop influenced though, so not really much to say about that one. It's not one of my favorites, but it's all right. Carnivore is the very next track. This is a really good song. Kind of has like some, repetitive violins at the beginning. This is more of a rock song. Very good chorus. Again, vocals by Dustin. I think the lead vocalist's name is Dustin. Very good vocals by him on that track, and just the entire album. The next track is Telescope. This here is also one of my favorites. It's more of a ballad. Now, this here is also one where, his vocals really shine. Very good song, I gotta say. It does have a lot of auto-tune in it, but, if these guys didn't have electronic in these guys would not be anything special to me, because if they were like any other hard rock band, like I said, there wouldn't be really much anything special about them. But because they're electronic, I mean, that's what makes them really great. I do want to skip track 6, which is It Has Begun. That's not a bad song or anything, but I do want to skip to the track My Demons. it's an okay song, not really one of my favorites. It feels kind of overrated, and it feels very... honestly, it feels very Skillet influenced. And that's the thing I don't like about it, because if you know me, I'm like anti-Skillet person. You know, Skillet is like every metalhead's nightmare, pretty much. So yeah, of course I'm gonna go against them. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I don't like the track My Demons so much. It's because it feels very Skillet influenced. But I mean, the vocals are good, you know, the instruments are fine, but I don't know. Some points in the lyrics too remind me of Skillet, and a little bit of the instrument work, you know, with some violins and stuff. The bridge in that track though is very good. And keep in mind too that a lot of these songs have like really long outros. Like, it sounds like it could be like on the Halo soundtrack or something, which is pretty weird considering that there's a track on here called Halo. These guys kind of like use like a lot of space sound elements and stuff, and just basically like they like have these instruments that like make it sound like a movie soundtrack or something. It's pretty sick. Let It Die. This song is definitely another one of my favorites. Now this is also more of a rock song, but it's one that I definitely like. I want to skip over The Futures now, and mainly because that's probably my least favorite song on the album. There's not really anything too special about it, you know, but you know, most of the tracks on here are pretty good, but The Future now, I hate to say, is probably my least favorite off the record. But another one of my favorites is Point of No Return. Very good one. This is a song that kind of identifies, or you know, determines where Starset is going to be going in their later releases, like Vessels. You know, because that's like from that song, that's like kind of like the song that they established. So I think that's a very good song. And the final track is Rise and Fall. It's also a very good song. It's an okay close. You know, not really the greatest close in the world, but it's not bad. Also has a lot of has a really long outro at the end, which also sounds like a movie soundtrack. Kind of like an emotional kind of instrumental at the very end and the outro. But yes, that is Transmissions by Starset. It's an excellent album. It was my first Starset album, you know, and I'm glad I picked them up by order, you know, pick up the first one, then the second one. This is Starset Transmissions. It's excellent. I was very impressed by it. I may like their newest release the best, but this here is also very good. I don't recommend you pass on it. I mean, if you want to jump into their newest record, I don't blame you, but you still got to collect both their records because both of them are very good. But yeah, Starset's Transmissions is a very good album, and I recommend it. I recommend it to fans of hard rock and electronic. What do you all think of this record? Do you like it? Let me know. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later.